Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my journey to the Farlands, or the journey to the Far. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. There's no definitive journey to the Farlands, I guess. But let's go back into our world, which has grown a little bit. It's at the beginning of every episode, so you can keep tabs on it, I guess. And I like how the text just runs off the thing, but I think it's just because of the world size and I don't know. It's kind of funny. But yeah, back with the commentary. It's been I think about a week since my last one, and like going into today, I was like, oh, I can't do a commentary. Nothing's happened, but so much has happened. Well, quite a bit anyway. Um, it's been a week since I've last talked about things on the channel. Like I haven't even done a Sims episode recently, which I do want to do. Although today was just not the day for it. I was busy editing a new craft episode and visiting with family. I've been trying to visit with family the last few days. There's some stuff, so I've just been visiting and Mother's Day and all that going on. So a lot of visiting going on. So I haven't really had much of a chance to do a whole lot of stuff. I did manage to squeeze in like a 5-hour journey episode last night, which I'm a bit surprised about because I started that late and I just went on and on and on. So I might not last very long tonight, maybe a few hours. But yeah, I went pretty late last night. Just no commentarying, talking with Devin. We were ironing out some old new craft lore, which is a lot of fun. Something we hadn't really talked about well, honestly, it's almost been like a year or two since we've even talked about that stuff. So it's been fun to go back through some of that and do a little bit of retconning and figure out the actual plot for the old stuff, which doesn't really apply to the new stuff, of course, but that was fun. And what else? We crossed 6 million, which is pretty cool. I haven't, I guess, actively done much of a commentary about passing 6 million, but we did, and we're gonna surpass another 100,000 today. So that's cool. Lots of cool stuff. I see you've also arrived, Cherri. Nice to see you. Back again. I've been doing I've kind of thrown myself off, I think, with doing so many journey episodes because I've also been doing them later in the day too. Well, I mean, I always kind of do journey later in the day, but I do them so late that I just don't really feel like moving it over to YouTube. So, every day I've just been uploading like yesterday's episode, and like today I'm uploading the episode I streamed last night. So yeah, it's a little bit all over the place, but at least I'm getting episodes out and making progress in this world. So that's pretty cool. I think yeah, good thing. I should probably do an audio check. Usually I do. I forgot it today. I was just wanted to go right into the stream, and I forgot about my audio, and apparently a lack of armor as well. I tried making leather, but I don't think leather is doing me very good. It seems to be relatively weak now. Now that I'm using it and starting to realize its flaws. I can make some iron armor if I should make iron tools. I should probably I tossed my oh, now I have to go through my inventory again. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, it has been I think it has been about a week though. If I'm about right with that. Since I've last done a commentary. So yeah, 6 million. 6.1 million today, I guess, which is neat. So 6 million's already, going by a little bit quickly. Which I kind of want it to, because we'll be reaching 50% very shortly anyway. So I want to enjoy that. Oh, I could toss the sticks. Okay, I'll just craft them out where I give it down. But yeah, that'll be quickly approaching. Lots of cool things coming up. I'll have to do some kind of milestone thing marker. I don't remember what I don't think I did anything for 25%. I should definitely do something for the halfway. How are you? I'm good. How have you been? How was your trip? and all that jazz. I can be stationary for a little bit. Oh, I'll set sail. Found some good monuments. Oh, and I guess you missed it, Cherry, but I found a golden apple. It wouldn't be seen because I also did die and lose that golden apple like 2 episodes later. And my stuff, I just watched my stuff get obliterated. This time though, the death wasn't my fault, at least that I could tell. The boat hit the shore and it killed me instead of the boat. Pretty much that's what happened. I basically just combusted and it took all my health at once and I had full health. It was ridiculous. It was actually like a little bit batty. I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, some stuff happened. The golden apple was pretty cool, but losing it was not as cool. So I'm not as excited about it. The trip is actually this upcoming weekend. We had our most recent show this weekend, and it's kept me busy. Oh, neat, neato. So you still been busy, so yeah. The trip coming up, that'll be interesting. I just kind of figured that's what it was, but that makes more sense. But dying. And I did make I made some shorts for my channel, which got some reach as well. I mean, they do pretty good. I should definitely consider doing more of them. They had some good engagement, actually. I just like seeing some new faces and stuff, so I might try doing that just to do some highlights and things for the journey. Maybe the halfway point and that kind of thing. I might do something or other. But yeah, that was also something I tried doing. I gotta check. Yes, it was my last one on that stage, so it was bittersweet. Oh, yes. Not the shorts. Clearly, you have your opinions about them. I mean, I don't really like them either, but they do have some reach, a bit better than videos, at least my multi-hour long videos. I just mainly wanted to experiment with it. I don't know if I'll actually stick with it, but yeah, the brain rot. Yep, Journey to the Farlands has officially been brain rotified. Well, it was more just to test the waters. They got like 500 views each, like the 2 of them that I did. Like for like the one short, the funny like story behind the one that I did the voiceover for, because I didn't have I only talked like after I died. So I did one of my death that happened with the boat, just me exploding instead of the boat, and I just did like a voiceover like late at night, like I think like after work, so it was like around midnight, and I was just like tired, and I just did like this. It wasn't even with like my actual mic, like well, I used the remixing feature, which I think I should actually just make a short out of it through like the other way, which is like going to that part of the video. I think something, I don't remember exactly how it works, but there's probably a better way to do it. That's what I mean. But yeah, I did a pretty like interesting. I think it actually turned out okay, the voiceover, but it's like a different mic. Like it actually, I think it kind of sounds better than this mic does, like my phone's mic. I think it's a bit more crisp. Like this one's just like a bit more muffled, I think. I think that's because it has like the boom thing on it. But yeah. And then I was editing the new craft episode today. I think I'm well over halfway, almost 2/3. I think I'm 2/3 through the new craft episode, the last one. It's taken me a while to get through because it's like 3.5 hours. But I'm almost through it. I did a good bulk of it today. Trying to stay consistent with Newcraft, but it was also a pretty darn long episode. I didn't really have the time to edit like a 3.5 hour long episode. But yeah, I got my compass back. I got that back last episode. What's the latest on Newcraft? Not a whole lot. I got like a bunch of clay and mud. I've been smelting that, and I was starting to get mud, and then Connor was like, "You should get 5 shulker boxes of packed mud for me." How big a mistake that was. That business. Although, it's gonna be a very profitable order, because I'm gonna probably charge him a fair bit. Because it is quite the time tax on that, and it's taking away from my base. But when I get through with that, because I gotta get like a few more shulkers of wheat. I made like a really big wheat farm, so I've been doing that. But when I get that wheat, I'm hopefully gonna start working on my base. The first thing I'm gonna tackle, I think, is the honey vaders and like the rough boxes for everything, and then I can just detail it later. That's the plan. For like, I think this week, if I have the time, if I can fit it in on the days, on my days off, or even if I manage to fit it into an evening or something, I could probably get a good deal done. But yeah, not a heck of a ton. Devin finished his shop, quote unquote, but he apparently he doesn't know what he's gonna sell in it yet. So that'll be interesting. Definitely a novel idea, making a shop with nothing. Okay, Cherri. I see the kindness thing has gone tits up. Oh dear, Devin built something. Hmm. Oh, hello, creeper. Sorry. I can't help it, you know that. Yeah. That is evident in even like the most recent episode of Newcraft that I've been editing. I have wanted to record more of Newcraft, but the last 2 times like that I felt like I could have recorded, it was just weird because the last time I played like a lot was when Joel joined, and I didn't really want to just start a stream in his face when he first joined because it had also been a while since I'd talked with him, like a year. Properly anyway. We'd kind of talked with each other over the year, but you know, I didn't really want to just do like a whole stream like and sensationalize things. So I didn't do a stream then. Then I think it was also the Blackstone mining for Connor, I guess. That was also the other thing. But I'm not really too bothered about not streaming everything. Because I feel like that's too much for me. I gotta keep Journey going. I gotta turn my thing down. But yeah. I'll just stream Newcraft when I stream it. It's not really my most popular series, so I'm not really all that bothered with it. I'm more really bothered with Journey anyway. I have yet to meet the new guy. Yeah, I doubt he'll be on like a whole heck of a ton. He's a pretty busy guy, but he did hop on for one night, and we'll see if he hops on again. And if he does like play it consistently, he's a pretty interesting chap. So I'm sure we'll see some interesting stuff redstone wise. He's not much of a builder. I think like the pool of builders is pretty much me. I haven't really seen Wavy's building. Maybe Wavy. I'm definitely you, Cherri. Who else? We have me, Brody. Brody's a really good builder. Probably better than I am. At least he details that stuff a lot quicker than I can. I'm very slow with building. But yeah, there's only like a few like proper builders. I mean, I don't really know what Devin is as like a play style. All I know how to do is build. Yeah. Joel's really technical, so he probably won't. He might build some stuff, but it's not gonna be like crazy. Not gonna be like what we have built it near spawn, like for our bases kind of thing. Here. Let me do a quick crunch the numbers real quick to see how far I have to go to get to 50%. Oh gosh. 150k from here. That's not too bad. Times 0.56. Oh, it's 275, so it's like 175,000 blocks about. That'll still be a bit before we reach 50k, but at this rate we'll do pretty good because I've been keeping up with my streak pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that, and I think my plan is to do Farland anniversary when I come back from my trip again. Like last year I went on a trip and I started Farland anniversary when I got back. This year I'll do it again, but this trip's in this one's in July, so maybe I don't know. I might just start it in July. It'll be like around the 13th. Might even do it before that because I'll have time off, but I'll have a few weeks off over the summer to putts futter around a bit. Maybe actually finish my base over the summer because I doubt I'll have the time to actually finish my base in the fall. I don't know, perhaps some food for thought. And then Journey, I don't really know what I'll do with Journey. I definitely want to make Journey a consistent thing throughout the summer. I mean, I've been already doing that, but I'm just trying to think of like a goal I want to hit because I've already got 50%. And we hit 25% last year in August. And that was like 25% of the way is like 3 million blocks. So I guess it could technically be possible to go to 75% before the fall, but I feel like that's a bit unlikely unless I start really picking things up. Can't wait until summer. Yeah, it'll be fun. Lots of fun stuff lies ahead. That was pretty cool though the other day finding the golden apple, because I hadn't found a golden apple since I'm trying to remember, because in the episode I think I said a year ago. I think it was about a year ago that I found it. Maybe a bit more, because I think it was before Outpost 1. Maybe I found one after Outpost 1 and one before Outpost 1. And then Outpost 2 was when I lost everything. I lost those golden apples. I just lost the golden apple that I had recently. Not really by choice, but you know, it was fun. I should, yeah, fun. That works. Let's see if I can ever get another one. I probably will be able to. I've still got a whole other half of this journey to go. A little bit more than that, I guess. And then we're still technically closer to spawn than the Farlands, but in about 175,000 blocks we'll be closer to the Farlands than spawn. Every time you get one, you die. It's not necessarily, it's not mutually exclusive to the golden apples. I can't just die anyway. I think it's just amplified maybe by the golden apples. The game just hates me even more. Yeah, the game, even though it's off, like pretty much like 90% of my deaths in this world have been like skill issue or distraction, which is also skill issue. Don't get distracted. Don't do anything while doing no commentary. Just stare at the screen for hours on end. I'm not too worried about dying. It's not a hardcore run. If it was, I'd be back at spawn dozens of times. Probably would have given up by now if it had that been the case. Oh yes, blame the game. Yeah, of course. Whenever something goes wrong. Although if you do review the footage of my most recent death, there's not much that could be pinned on me. I don't know how I could you know, die just from hitting the shore. I think it, like my best explanation at the time, which is just the other day, I guess, but my best explanation the other day was that it had to do with a momentum bug that I experience sometimes when I hit I hit my pet dog historically, and I'd take like a good bit of damage. I think it could have been something like that, but I've ridden boats, like I mentioned in the episode, I've ridden boats like thousands, maybe even more than that, millions of times. And I have not seen that kind of thing. Has anyone gotten to the Farlands in hardcore? I think so. I think Fig's run was hardcore. I don't think he died. He got he got close to dying one time, and he would have gotten sent back to spawn or something because his bed got misplaced. I don't think I'm doing like a legitimate run in that sense, but I don't really give a damn because I'm not really good at this game. If I was actually good at this game, maybe I'd give more of a damn about it, but I just know I wouldn't get anywhere if that kind of thing. Like I don't really want, like I'd just give up if I got sent back to spawn, so that's why I just bring myself back. I know people may be like, oh, but it's my world. I don't really give a damn. I'm not, it's not like, it's not like a speed run or anything where it's like being monitored, that kind of thing. I don't really care. You heard it here, folks. Beam4 just doesn't care. How dare you just not care? The nerve. Yeah, I think a few people who haven't died. I don't know, it's hard for me to imagine not dying going to the Farlands because I've died like a dozen times in this world, but I die in every world I have. It's far from a perfect attempt. I don't think I don't know if anyone's done. Oh, maybe. Well, Fig. I think Fig streamed. I think people have streamed it, but I just mean like the commentary side of things. Like I don't know how many people have done like proper commentary like this all the way through. Cause like people like Fig and the first people who went to the Farlands, they did like bulk streams of like doing like 35k or plus a day. That's how you're able to get to the Farlands in a short time. But that's like 5-6 hours of streaming, and I'm not really able to do that. Maybe now I might be able to do it a bit more, but even so. I'm fine. I'm content enough just doing daily, and then when I manage to fit in a longer episode naturally, that works better for me. The general lay of it, I think. Yeah, there's definitely better people out there at this kind of challenge, quote unquote, I guess. But I'm not really, I'm not stuck up, and I'm not trying to impose this idea about myself. So I guess not even that, but like I'm not just like being very stingy with things. I just do whatever I want because it's kind of my world, and the whole streaming thing came in afterwards. Like this, it's not really. This isn't really. Kind of at the end of the day, it's just kind of my thing, and I've just been sharing it more so. Just figured it'd be interesting. I remember going through the old Newcraft episodes. There's like an old one, like the Newcraft. There's only like a few videos that came out or were streamed before Journey. I think there was only 2 streams that I did. I guess I did 3, but one of them was lost to time. But one of them was like the Newcraft Java stream that I did, and I was like, and everyone was like joking about me walking to the world border and stuff because I was talking about Journey to the Farlands a lot at that time. Like that was when I hadn't streamed it. That was like, that was just right before I did Walking to Oblivion in early October. It was like just like a few days before I started doing it, because in like the next episode I did like Newcraft 3 episode 2, or I guess episode 3 of Newcraft 3. I talked about Walking to Oblivion and the mini quirks of beta, which were like my first 2 episodes that I did at that time. It was interesting because that's kind of stuff I guess I don't really remember all that much. But there was a time when I didn't actually stream Journey, and I talked about it, and I was like, yeah, I might stream it, but I didn't really figure people would find it all that interesting. And the people on the server at the time were kind of like, yeah, it doesn't really, at least like it was a bit of a different crew than what we have now. So like, a lot of people were just kind of like, yeah, like why would you stream it? Not really. It doesn't sound that interesting walking. So I think I was kind of dealing with a bit of that for a while. I was just like, oh, like I knew TFC had done it. I knew like Fig and stuff had done it, but I didn't really think that I would really amount to that. I guess. Like it wouldn't really be all that significant. I was like, I don't really need to stream it. But then I kind of just eventually decided to, and then the whole no commentary thing came in after Fig reached out. Could have still been just doing commentary only, with no commentary outside of it. Because that was definitely a time as well where I thought, oh yeah, people don't want to see no commentary walking, but honestly, oftentimes the no commentary can get more views than the commentary. So it's not mutually exclusive either. There's definitely a big audience for no commentary Minecraft, I realize. Even just beta. Because I know like I see like no commentary modern Minecraft Let's Plays or beta, and they just get like thousands and thousands of views. It's crazy. I just like to think about that kind of stuff. It kind of sounds like I'm consumed by it. I'm not really all that consumed by it. I just like to think about the metrics and stuff. I mean, I think everyone who gets into streaming likes to a certain degree. I don't really like to let it affect me. Like I just do whatever I want at the end of the day, but definitely interesting to think about, more like the food for thought thing, like I said. I like to let it dictate me a little bit. Like Newcraft, I'm kind of easing up the schedule for it until it gets a bit of a proper audience. And Journey, I'm kind of rigid. You know, I'm kind of going more rigid with Journey because I know people watch it and comment on pretty much every episode now, which is wild for me to believe, because there was definitely a time where it got like the views hardly even reached like the double digits at one point. And it's not crazy now, I would say. Like it's not anything like mainstream YouTube, but for like what it is, it's not really trying to be mainstream YouTube kind of thing. Like I'm not trying to ride the algorithm. I'm not trying to get the views. So that's just kind of a natural effect of what has happened with the series just being public. I don't really regret streaming it either. I think it's been a lot of fun, and I can definitely now go back to the old stuff. And it's interesting seeing how things have changed, like in terms of like my commentary and all this. And like the technical stuff. And even like the old Newcraft streams, I'm like, oh god, how different things were back then. I make editing, like comparing my editing from when I started editing videos to where I am now. I'm not like great at editing because I'm just editing like VODs. I don't do formal videos. I've never done formal videos in my life. Don't really plan to either. But from what I have done, I've definitely grown in that way. Maybe one day I might step out of my comfort zone and start recording and things, but I don't really see that anytime soon. I think this works just fine, considering I don't really have a huge audience to be in the chat all the time. I don't really have a reason to have that differentiation between recording and streaming. I just started streaming everything, and ever since then I haven't really changed. And it's definitely kind of funny looking back on the old videos because I talk about a lot of that stuff too. Because I mean that was like the experimental stuff back then. That was me testing the waters with like the old SMPs. At least the tail end of them anyway. Oh, some more iron. There we go. Keep picking away at the rocks when I get the chance. I always just omit the compass sometimes. Like I still just lose my way. Although it's better than just having no compass at all, because it's still like a small number. Like there's not like a big, like a like a solid solution. Like there's not like a big overhead compass that I can constantly keep an eye on. I just try to remember to look at the compass occasionally because I can get spun around a bit at times, and it can be a bit annoying. It's just a little bit annoying. Especially when you've gone for like a half hour plus, or even worse is like hours. Well, I don't think I've ever gone like hours. I've only gone like 30 minutes maybe at most. And then I was like, oh, and I gotta turn around kind of thing and go the right way. Because I remember there was like one episode I did recently that was like a 2-hour episode. I think I called it Losing My Way, where it was like a 2-hour episode. I only walked like 2,000 blocks because I like got spun around early on. So that might have been like around an hour. I don't know how long I was walking the wrong direction. I'm not all that. It's kind of more funny than anything. I don't really care. Like I'm not gonna try and be critical about my series that much. I don't really have much of issue with it, even though I make it sound like it sometimes with like the consistency and stuff. It's not really that big of a deal. Like as long as I'm still interested in the world, that's really my bottom line, I think. As long as I'm still invested, that's great. It wouldn't even really bother me, I guess, if I gave up, because I mean, I don't know, like it's all kind of meant to, it's all this like naturally rooted stuff, like motivation things. Like I'm not forcing it, so the well runs dry, which I don't really think it will. I'm halfway. I've done halfway. What's another half of this, you know? But it is wild though. Everything that has led me to now is just the halfway point of the world, which I kind of knew it would be like that when I started the journey. I was like, yeah, like even getting to halfway is a crazy thing, let alone the actual Farlands. So yeah, it's been quite the crawl getting here, but we'll just have to keep on crawling another half. I think it'll be, if I get really efficient in like the holidays and like the summer and stuff, it could be like a year and a half, like another year and a half at least. Or not at least, that maybe at most. I'm trying to be generous, especially if Farland anniversary this year works out nicely. I won't get to the Farlands this year by any means, but I'll definitely have a bit more of a push by the end of things. And then when just Journey kind of becomes the weekly series and Newcraft becomes the more just willy-nilly thing, it'll begin to shift. But yeah, like I said, like the holidays and stuff, I'll be able to do like Fall Anniversary and Megasodes and things. So I'll be able to make up for it, I think. Maybe not like fully, but because I'm already technically behind. If I were you know, if I were to play the devil's advocate a little bit. I was just writing down like some titles that I thought of throughout the episode already today, and I didn't realize how like cursive my writing is getting, willy nilly. Hey, I just say willy nilly on the fly, winging it. I don't know. Pick your poison, I guess. I'll just pretend to be offended. How dare you? It's like everyone nowadays. I could use some armor. Well, you know what that means. Just break out the sword. Like I was gonna go mining, but I've been just kind of drip fed iron, and I'm kind of fine with that. I don't really need to go for a big old mining trip. I think I'm just a little bit sick of it from all the diamonds. You feeling better yet? A little bit. I mean, it's like going on like almost a week and a half now, I guess. But my legs still feel a little weird, like that kind of like heavy thing that I was talking about, or like kind of weak. They've kind of felt that way for a while, but I feel like they're a bit better. It kind of just gets worse throughout the day as I move around and things, but I'm not really all that perturbed by it. Like nothing else has come up, so I don't feel the need to like get checked out or anything. Unless it like persists, that kind of thing. Like I feel like it's getting better. Like I'm not as aware of it now, but I don't know. I'll let time do the talking there. Ow. I don't have food. I'm breaking my cardinal rule. Jeez. Get some mushroom stew, why don't you? Good idea. Back to my mushroom stew. The golden food source in beta, apart from the golden apple, but you can't really get those very easily. They're more of a novelty, really. They do heal you back to full health, so I technically, well, I probably couldn't have eaten it though. Even if I did have it in my hotbar, I probably still would have died. Like it was like a split second thing. Like I would not have, like there was no world where I could have done that. Even if it would have, I would have survived somehow. I don't know. I guess there's like a small risk that the boat kills me instead of it breaking it, shattering into a million pieces. So yeah, there's that. I think it's a bug because I've done 340 or plus of these because I've done like way more streams, or I guess I've played the world way more, before I started streaming it. So there's like 400 odd times I've played this world of like multi-hour sessions or more because I've done like multi-parts as well. I wonder what the side effects of only eating mushroom stew would be. I don't know. Ask my character, I guess. That's my diet is only mushroom stew in this world. I eat steak sometimes. I hardly ever have bread or anything, like no grain. No grain game. There's only like three foods in beta. I guess there's raw pork chops too, but they don't even give you hunger or anything because there's no such thing for it to be applicable to anyway. It was added in the next update, but yeah, there's raw pork chops, cooked pork chops, mushroom stew, golden apples. There's cake. Oh yeah, I forgot about cake and cookies, but they're not. Neither of them are really that good. I think I had cake in this world once. I should do that like for like my birthday streams, like have like a cake in world. That'd be fun. Just take a bunch of damage and then eat it. Or just let the natural damage occur and then just, just wait. You should make a cake. Yeah, I should for my birthday stream this year. Birthday stream 3. The third birthday I'll have captured in Journey. Gosh, I'm gonna be so old by the end of this. Would have been interesting if I had like pondered things a bit more about Journey, because I didn't really think. I mean, I guess I did think about things quite a bit in the beginning, but I don't really remember a whole lot of that, like those thought processes. I remember like the highlights of it, but it would have been interesting to have thought of like stuff like actual predictions for like when I'm gonna reach the Farlands, because I don't think I really thought about that. I think my scale of things was way too off. Like I thought 32,000 blocks was gonna be crazy to walk. That was like my goal for the world. Birthday party on Newcraft. Oh, I should definitely do that. Maybe I could even aim to get like a good chunk of my base done so we could actually like do it in the base. Or the party district, I guess too. That also works. So you could have like an after party in the party district. That'd be fun. Because I don't really have to do like to Ernie stream on my birthday. I could just, I mean, I'll probably still do one, but I'll just do like, make Newcraft birthday stream 3, that kind of thing. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. Ooh, cows. Just spam click, that's all you need to do in beta. Auto clicker. I've never used an auto clicker in beta Minecraft. It'd probably be very interesting, especially with a bow, I imagine. Although you can spam pretty quick. You can like finger spam pretty quick. That's an idea. Probably won't try it, but I guess it's I'm trying to remember what it is. I think it's, yeah, it's pressing them both at the same time. That was like walking chewing gum. I showed that off for you. If you do like a button and like your inventory at the same time, it like keeps doing it. I don't know if it would work for placing and breaking blocks or like placing blocks, but no, I think it's just moving. No, okay, it's about timing. I can't get it now. But I did have it like the first time I tried. The sun is about to set, which means I need to get a bed set out. Perch up on this hill here. Let me sleep. I'm gonna spam click this bed until I can finally sleep. There we go. Only took a few tries. I bombarded the chat with like all these messages. You can only sleep at night. I know that. Stupid Minecraft. What would you call Minecraft stupid? Oh, I almost just wandered off. Maybe I'm more stupid than the game. Imagine sleeping on that in real life. Yeah, that's a bit unsafe. I've had more unstable sleeping situations before. I slept on like cliff's edge. I mean, I guess that is kind of cliff's edge, but like I mean like up to like world height. I mean, and by world height I mean 128. You can't move at all. I know. Like pretty much every bed of mine is kind of like that to a degree, but like the ones up atop like the mountains and stuff is even funnier. Just like you roll over it, you're off the mountain. You know, you're just in the hospital, or sudden death. Probably sudden death. Funny, I haven't died to fall damage, I don't think. That's like the one I thought would be most likely. I think I don't think I really died to fall damage that much. I think like I only died to it at spawn when I fell down my mine because it was like this like 3x3 hole down to diamond layer. So you know I fell down at once while messing about atop things. And anyway, before journey to the Farlands, I just kind of jumped down the hole because I couldn't really recreate it accidentally happening, but yeah, I think I did. I do remember dying at spawn, so it's not like I didn't die until after Outpost 1. I definitely did die at spawn. But at least I got my stuff back. Like, I don't know what it is. I think maybe the timer or something. I have no idea how despawning works in beta, because it's clearly different to modern Minecraft, because even when you don't have the chunks loaded, it still seems like the counter goes. But I swear in modern Minecraft, like if you're not in the chunks, it's not, it's just sit chilling, like it's not gonna despawn. But in beta, it feels like you're in other chunks for 5 minutes and you go there and it's gone. So, I mean, like I checked the stream and I swear it wasn't even 5 minutes that it took me for me to get back, and I didn't. Like I saw my stuff like just almost fall through the floor, but I think it could have just despawned. I don't really know beta despawn mechanics, but I was upset because I saw like my bowl just fade out of existence, and I was like, no. I just saw my empty boat, and I was just like, nothing on me, but like myself. Nothing on me but myself. Wow, interesting. Lovely. 6.1 million. We're almost at 50%. Well, almost is a loose term. Oh, we're almost at the almost at the Farlands. Yeah, that's that's a bit more loose than almost have it 50%. Or almost closer to the Farlands than spawn. That's true. I think I just keep going broken record on it because it's just kind of a bit weird to grasp that spawn is actually going to be further away soon. Nothing but the clunk of your robot steps. Yeah, exactly. And my endless rambling as I walk by. I just like to imagine like the mobs are just so confused. Just hearing this guy rambling in a boat to himself. And then they just never see him again. Like, oh, this is Minecraft, you can build a base. Build your farm here. Go fishing for a while. I actually did fish in Journey, and I did build a farm. I did build a base once. But, I'm not really doing bases anymore. I've kind of after doing 4 bases in 1 year, I figured I'd take a year off. I might do an Farland anniversary, we'll see. It depends if I can come up with a good enough excuse to do an outpost for the 2-year anniversary. Or I could just keep going. I feel like I'm so far behind already just from I don't know why I just naturally feel behind. I think it's just because I like to view like the daily walking as like the standard for this series, and when I don't do that, it's like, oh, which kind of goes against what I say before, but about like not really caring about things. I mean, I generally don't, but there's like kind of a split, kind of like part of me really likes just having that time to myself, and then part of me really just was like, get on Journey to the Farlands, keep walking, that kind of thing. And now I'm starting to definitely be a bit more consistent. Like I'm on, well, how far am I into this streak now? Ooh, we're doing pretty good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're almost 2 weeks into this streak, as it were. Which I think is the longest I've gone without taking a day off. Which I don't even really think I need to take a day off, quote unquote, anymore because, well, at least until school rolls around, then I'll just have to do like weekly episodes of Journey or something. Or like just at least crank it back quite a bit. But no, it is crazy though. I don't really need to take days off though, because I can always manage to fit like even like a half-hour episode if I really don't feel like it. I don't really have much of an excuse. Usually it's historically just been when I hang out and I just like we always kind of hang out like earlier in the day, or like go out for like the afternoon kind of thing, and I don't really I'm getting things ready in the morning, so I don't really feel like doing Journey. It's like that kind of stuff kind of happens quite a bit, and also just like days where I just work and I feel like doing other stuff, which I guess is also fair. But I think I can just fit in like even just like a small episode here and there, which is what I've been trying to do now. Although none of my episodes recently have dropped below like an hour, which is nice. Because even an hour is like 7K around there. Yesterday's episode was like crazy. It was like 55 to 93, so it was like almost 40K I think yesterday. I was pretty mad. I think. I don't want. Probably might be wrong. I'm trying to like mental math it. Which I know how good my mental math can be sometimes. Like in the Newcraft episode, I made like a bit of a slip. I mean, I did edit it out because I was like, that's kind of odd to keep it in. Because I was like, oh, we're 3 months into the world, and it was like almost 4 months at that point. Which I guess you could have just been like, oh yeah, we hadn't quite reached 4 months yet at that point. But it was like really close, like a few days off. And I said we're almost at 3 months, so I think I just slipped up and said 3 months instead of 4, which I think we're almost at 5 now, which is wild. Almost. We're getting close to the halfway point, which will be in June. The end of June. I think I'll be able to get plenty done by then. So I'm hoping to be around halfway done my base or more by then. Although halfway is subjective because my base is, I don't really know what the halfway point of my base is in that world, but my only real goal right now is just to get it on track. That's my current goal, and I think that's pretty good. Newcraft will never die. Apparently not. And basically from like the way me and Devin put it in like the story, I just like it just like, things just keep resetting because I just don't want to give up. Which in actuality is pretty true because ever since I basically did Newcraft dirty. I mean Newcraft kind of did itself dirty, I think, but I think I definitely did Newcraft 3 dirty a little bit. I did Newcraft 3 dirty the most out of like the original 3, and then from there just kind of all the worlds were kind of trash, and then we did Java, which was trying to be basically a spiritual successor to Newcraft, and then that kind of fell on its face because there's certainly issues. So I think now we've definitely ironed out a lot of it. I think we're back to what honestly the old Newcraft was like, but even better than that because that was a very chaotic time. And it was also a lot more unpredictable. I mean, I guess it still is a little bit unpredictable that way, with like people just kind of being here and there, not really, you know. But like it's, I kind of I just expect that now. Like I'm not really all that surprised. It works. Like I'm not. It definitely am not gonna knock it because it does. It has worked well for us the way we're doing things right now. It'll just be interesting when the fall rolls around. And when all hell breaks loose pretty much for like busyness. That's what me and Devin were talking about last night, alongside our lore discussion that happened afterwards, was we were like, talking about how we're going to become a lot busier, or at least a lot more preoccupied mentally as well, I'm sure. So things might shift for Newcraft, so, or at least for us. I don't know about everyone else, because Joel and Connor have already been in post-secondary for a year. So they kind of know what to expect, but you know, I think things will definitely change dramatically. So it's just about preparing for that, which is kind of what I've been doing, like, I mean, forever now, since I guess the end of, or kind of June last year. I've started thinking at least seriously about it. I kind of it was kind of passing thought before that. Like it wasn't really on my mind back before that. It was so far away, and now it's like so close that it's not really. Yeah, that's a future us problem, exactly. That's what we ended up saying. We were just like, yeah, that's a bridge for us to cross when we get to it. Definitely gonna have to restructure things for the server a bit. Change the expectations. But I don't think Newcraft will really die, though. I think you're right. Because even before, like, the original Newcraft died, but Newcraft came back, like, it rebooted. So, like, who's to say it can't, you know, I don't think it'll, like, reboot again. I think that this is what we're given now. Like, this is the SMP that I'm going with now. And after this, I don't really know if anything else is gonna ever happen beyond, like, casual stuff. I think this will probably be, like, the last hoorah kind of thing. And see what happens with season 2. Season 2 might be the last formal season we do. That's kind of what I'm predicting. It might become a bit more Here Be Dragons from season 2, which is kind of why I'm trying to. I'm aiming to basically play season 2 differently than this world. By that I mean just not building like a crazy base. I fell into a hole. Gosh, I gotta be more careful. I could, that hole could have had lava in it, which a hole I fell into in the past had lava in it. I'm always right. Okay, Cherri. I keep shearing sheep, and I've got like an overstock of wool now. Oh, I should just... I gotta check. Someone commented, why don't I go use the nether? I mean, I've explained it before, so I think I'm just gonna copy paste my previous comment. It explains it pretty well. I have 9 days of school left. Oh, nice. But it's been a while since someone asked about nether travel. I try to respond to all that kind of stuff, but a lot of people tend to ask about the nether. Certainly has been a while. Still scrolling. There we go. I like how I simply just, last time someone asked, I was just like, the nether's boring. That's a pretty good explanation. Like, I don't really need to rehash it, I don't think. You know, I've been to the nether a few times in the journey, but got a better rhythm in the overworld. I prefer an overworld run to the nether, that's all. I do know it is 8 times quicker, and there are ways to get to and from the roof, because I know there are glitches that can do that in beta. I didn't know that initially, but I do know that now. But I like the novelty of walking the long standard way. Hopefully that is more of a compelling argument, yeah. Generate an AI response. No, I'm not that. I'm not that, like, corny. Yeah, like when I was in the nether, I always have to strategize to get away from danger. That is a true thing. Like every time I've been to the nether, it's been like a death run, pretty much. And if you die, you're back to spawn or wherever your previous bed was before you went to the nether. Which would, I mean, if you did a nether only run, it would be spawn. So you'd have to be really good at the game, which I'm not. I wouldn't do very good in a nether only run. Oh, come on. I'm trying to take a screenshot of it so I can type it out after the episode because it's too long for me to, I can't copy it right now, but maybe I'll do it on my computer later. I might, yeah, I'll probably wrap up the episode after today. I don't feel like doing a long one. I might go back to new crafting, plus a bit of, maybe a bit of, Terraria or something. Maybe we'll do Universe Sim. I don't know. I'll see what I feel like. I might try and do something else after this, because I did kind of just do like editing and new craft the whole day, so maybe I won't do new craft. Well, I mean, I'm just doing it for the wheat now. I want to complete Connor's order. A friggin' 5 shulker boxes of mud. Packed mud, by the way. Using wheat. Equal parts wheat and mud. Which the mud part isn't that bad, but the wheat has been a bit of a grind. AFKing and stuff. And harvesting like a shulker box of wheat. I've only done it once, but it's already felt like it's been forever. And I could do an auto farm, but I'd have to AFK it forever and it wouldn't really have that good of a payoff. I don't think, even if I built a good one. I'm gonna be through with the mud when I'm done this part of the base anyway. I only need a few shulker boxes myself, at most. And I could get get my mud the way I've been getting Connor's mud. That would be funny though if I did do like an AI response though to that comment. Oh my gosh. I was just blunt with the one with this person initially. I was just like, the Nether's boring. Come on. They're just like, bro. I just like being blunt sometimes. It's kind of funny. Oh wow, that episode, my amateur hour didn't do very good. Well, the first part of it did, but the second part only got like 6 views. Only 6, boo hoo. I don't really care, but it is interesting. I feel like the Nether is the least boring thing about Minecraft. Beta Minecraft Nether though, there's a bit of a difference between. I mean, yes, the Nether is neat, I guess. Yeah, like old Nether, I do actually don't mind the old Nether, but I feel like if compared to the overworld though, I mean, where the overworld I'm constantly seeing like a different shifting of terrain, whereas if I'm in the Nether, it's the same. It's the same as it is now, like the Nether waste. Like that's like the only biome in the Nether currently in beta. So, the Nether doesn't really have much going on or going for it apart from like gas trying to flame you. Or I guess if you go to the Nether roof, it's even worse because you're just seeing bedrock the whole time for like 1.5 million blocks. Which yeah, it's less blocks, but I don't think there'd be as much of a payoff for it. Like it wouldn't be as gratifying to do the Nether. I mean, maybe I guess if you manage to survive the whole thing. I mean, there's been like Nether only runs to the Farlands before. I think one's been done for sure. I don't know if there's been any others. Like I'm sure it has some payoff. Like oh yeah, like I survived the Nether going to the Farlands. I'm sure that's quite the accomplishment. But I don't know. I just think there's more novelty in it for me just doing the overworld. Because then I can at least do like bases and stuff if I do feel like it, which of course from last year having 4 bases, I don't really feel like doing another base for a good while. Maybe at least until Farland Anniversary I'm thinking, or after that. It'll definitely be strange doing like weekly episodes and like shorter episodes by default. It'll be like a bit of a switch for me because I've always kind of done like multi-hour long episodes. It'll be interesting for sure. Okay, well, I'll do my bed and then I think I'll wrap things up for today. I think I'm a bit journeyed out from yesterday's 5-hour stream. No, I've never journeyed out, but I do kind of want to do some other stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go for now. So yeah, thank you, Cherri, for tuning in, and everyone else who manages to make it to this point. And I'll see you, folks. I see you maybe the next one. But yeah, until then, goodbye.